What is up, and welcome back to the NBA Breakroom. And I gotta tell you guys, I feel good today. I feel good today because I tried to tell you guys that the Mavs were legit. I made a video, right? I put it right here where I said that the Mavs are gonna be winning the West this year. And I made a video right here where I talked about why the Suns were not gonna win this year. And when I made these two videos, all I got was hate. Maybe the Mavs will still lose the West. Like, they might not beat the Warriors. It's very possible that the Warriors go on and beat the Mavs. I'm not making this video to say I told you so about them winning the West. But what I am making this video is to say that so many people said there was no chance the Mavs would beat the Suns. I was out of my mind. I didn't know what I was talking about. One person told me I should leave the basketball community. They got shooters, they defend, and they have a superstar at the highest level in the game in Luka Doncic. I mean, this team is legit. I try to tell you guys this team was legit, but it's okay. I get it. I'm a new YouTuber. I don't have an opinion that you guys trust yet. You know, maybe we should just trust Stephen A.
The Suns going to take them out in Game 7. I ain't worried about it at all.
Well, let's break down the film. Let's take a look at it, and let's see how the Mavs got it done. For starters, let's take a look at the attention that Luka draws and how it creates opportunities for other guys. Like, you'll hear a lot of times when people say, like, he makes somebody better. So-and-so makes everybody around him better. It's because of the attention they draw. You're going to have the big setting a screen here on Crowder, and you're going to have Luka coming off of this. Now, Luka being the threat that he is, it's going to force Ayton to slide over and stay in front of Luka, and Crowder is going to go over the top of this screen because you're trying to avoid Luka from being able to pull up. The Dallas Mavericks are surrounded by shooters. Even their bigs are shooters. So what would typically be a pick and roll and a lot easier for the Suns to be able to guard, especially with Ayton playing drop coverage the way that he will. After this screen here, you're going to have the big actually fade out or pop out to the perimeter, and it becomes an open shot. But it all starts because of the attention that Luka draws. Here comes the screen right there. Look how far Ayton is dragged over. And then you have Kleber with a wide open shot from the top of the key. Bang. Similar situation here as far as the attention that it draws. You're going to get a kick out one more. Right here, Devin Booker closes out super hard, right? So you get the super hard closeout from Devin Booker, obviously, because Luka is that guy. Luka can hit from there. You're going to have Luka drive here, and you're going to see how much attention it draws. Number one, you're going to have Shamet slide over. Number two, take a look at Cam Johnson, who's supposed to be guarding Dinwiddie. Even Cam Johnson's going to sit in here trying to stop the drive. So you're going to have three defenders locked in on Luka, and it's going to free up Dinwiddie at the top of the key. Here you have the drive. If I pause right there, 1, 2, Cam Johnson sitting in the paint is 3, and even look at Ayton. Ayton is just staring at the ball. Ayton has two guys that he needs to be covering because he needs to be making up for Cam Johnson sitting in help. Instead, even Ayton is watching the ball. Everybody's watching Luka, and Luka's going to just kick it out to Dinwiddie at the top of the key. Little shot fake. Again, wide open 3 from the top of the key. But it's not just the attention that he draws. He's also unguardable himself, right? Take a look here, and it didn't matter who was on him. Here you're going to get a little give and go. You get the switch right there with DeAndre Ayton. 7-foot DeAndre Ayton, but Luka 6'7", so he's able to step back and still shoot over him. Unassisted 3. On this possession here, you have Bridges, who was a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. So we had 7-foot Ayton. Now we have potential Defensive Player of the Year, Bridges guarding him. Still doesn't matter. Use the little screen, shoots over him. Bang. This possession here, he's going to come down, gets the little screen there from Dinwiddie. They're trying to force a switch on Cam Johnson, which they get. Now it's Cam Johnson's turn. Doesn't matter. Step back. You can't guard me either. It didn't matter who was guarding Luka last night. It really doesn't matter who guards Luka in general. But truthfully, that's not exactly why I picked the Mavs to beat the Suns and go to the finals. The reason why I picked the Mavs to beat the Suns and go to the finals was for 2 reasons. And one of them I'm going to show you right now. You see, one of the things that makes the Dallas Mavericks so hard to cover, it's not just they have Luka, who is unguardable, but they also have a guy in Jalen Brunson who can go get his own bucket. Now, it doesn't make the Mavs particularly special that they have 2 guys that can go get their own bucket, but they have 2 guys that can really score it, and they're surrounded by great shooters, even at the 5 spot. And when that happens, it gives you opportunities like this. Here you have Jalen Brunson getting into the paint. Let's pause it right here. And you'll see that there is no help defense coming from the Suns. Why is that? Well, because Kleber can shoot the three. Dinwiddie can shoot the three. Bullock can shoot the three. I'm not sure who that is on the floor at this time, so I won't highlight him, but I have a sneaky suspicion he can also shoot the three. So when you have all of these guys that can shoot the three, the Suns can't help, and it allows you to get a one-on-one opportunity in the lane from a scorer. This possession here is another example of this. Take a look at this. Brunson's gonna catch it at the top of the key, gets a little screen. I'm gonna pause it right here. Take a look at Devin Booker. Devin Booker glued to Luka because you have to be. Then you have Chris Paul glued to Finney Smith because you have to be. Then you're going to have Bridges, who's a little bit in help here, but watch as I hit play again, he actually cuts this space down even more to be on Bullock. So you have zero help from anybody. Once again, look at the defense, no help at all. He gets into the lane, one-on-one, shoots over the top. And if Brunson gets 2 feet in the lane, it's a very high percentage shot. And when you do help off of shooters, because Brunson is also a shooter, you have this happen. So this is going to be Brunson taking the shot. But take a look what happens when the Suns help. You get the double right there, right? Crowder is pinching down on Luka, and you have Finney Smith, who's wide open on the wing here, and it's going to draw Chris Paul. Chris Paul has to close out on this. If Chris Paul doesn't close out on this, well, it's a wide open shot, and that's going to free up Brunson for the one more. But let's highlight the high IQ play from Powell. Powell here is going to set the screen on Booker. He's setting the screen on the helper so that there's no closeout. Here it comes. Boom. Chris Paul closeout. You got Brunson on the one more. Powell setting the screen, and it's a wide open three. This was the first bucket of the game from Luka, and it's a perfect example of what I'm highlighting here. It's a perfect example. Take a look at this. Luka's going one-on-one with Ayton, right? He's going to drive. You had a stunt from Crowder. Crowder is not actually helping on this. He's doing what you call a stunt and recover. So he jabs at Luka, but he's really worried about getting back out here on Finney Smith, who's a shooter. You have Chris Paul, who has not moved because he's worried about Brunson, who's a shooter. You have Bridges, who has not moved because you have Bullock in the corner, who's a shooter. And then Devin Booker is guarding the big, but he can't really help either because if he steps up, well, Luka's good enough to throw it over the top to the dunker spot to Powell. But here's just a perfect example of Brunson we saw, and now Luka we see, who have free reins to attack the basket because you cannot help. If you help, it's a wide open three, and you don't want to be giving up wide open threes to the Mavericks. And lastly, the second reason why I picked the Mavs to win is because they're great defensively. The Mavs have a reputation for being bad on defense. So there were so many people in my comments saying like, oh, they don't defend, they can't defend. When I did live streams, I heard that the Mavs can't defend. But in reality, I believe they were top 7 in the league defensively as far as defensive efficiency goes this season, right? Like, they actually do defend, and they defend pretty damn well. And I'm just going to show a couple of clips here of Devin Booker struggling. A reason why when I made my Phoenix Suns video, why I said that I wouldn't put my money on the Suns, even though I understood why the Suns were the favorites, they weren't my favorites because the Suns rely on difficult shots. As good as their offense looked and as good as it can be with all those weapons, you still have your two best players, Booker and Chris Paul, who rely on extremely difficult shots. And when those shots weren't falling, you saw what happened to these two players. Perfect example right here. Booker catches it at the top. He drives. Look at this. Stop on a dime. That's a tough shot. That is a tough shot. Here's another example. This one in transition. Take a look at this shot from Devin Booker. Contact, fading away, fall. That's an extremely difficult shot. And it's a shot that, is he capable of making? Yes. But those are the kind of shots he's always getting. Such tough mid-range, fall away shots. And I do think it's kind of funny that here he's complaining to the refs after he was joking about the Luka special. Last clip I'm going to show here defensively, but here's another example. Take a look at this defense from the Mavericks. First of all, this is great help defense. This is the kind of things that I don't know if you guys, like as fans, always see if you're a casual fan. So, first of all, Bullock is going to be playing great defense. Kleber is in the lane. Great job. Brunson is over towards the elbow, which is great. But it's these two guys I want to highlight. Luka Doncic here was guarding Jay Crowder, and you had Finney Smith guarding Ayton on this possession. But you're going to see how they both shift over, right? So instead of Finney Smith being where Luka is, Finney Smith is actually sliding over to be in this help defense. Bullock is trying to force him in this area here. He's forcing him to the help. You can see the way his feet are positioned. He's trying to force him towards the baseline because the Mavs are in baseline help. And then you have Luka, who's stepping in front of Ayton and taking that away. What they're willing to give up here is the skip pass over the top, because they know if Devin Booker is able to drive and throw a skip pass to Crowder, well, then you're going to have a rotation. Brunson will slide down and pick up Crowder, and then you'll have Kleber slide over. Bullock will slide. Everybody rotates, right? But right now, they're banking on the fact that we're going to force Devin Booker into a tough shot, and they do just that. Finney Smith is worried about the 3 and a key. He's 2.9ing it, as they say. You force a tough shot, we get a rebound, and now we're off and running. So there you have it, folks. I mean, the Mavs are legit. I think that after this series, everybody's going to have to put some respect on the Mavs' name. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden you're going to start seeing people talk about how good the Mavs are, when just last week or the week before, when they were down 2-0, everybody thought it was over. You know, I even made a video talking about how the Suns were clearly the best team in the NBA, but even in that video, I said that they can get beat, right? I said that they protected home court. They did what they were supposed to do. Now they got to go play in Dallas, and we'll see what happens. And we saw what happened. The Mavs are for real. Luka is on a crazy trajectory right now. I can't wait to see what he does against the Warriors. This might be a true passing of the guard moment, like the Curry, Clay, Draymond, you know, that team, which has become like the old heads. This might be that passing of the baton moment to the Mavs, who are young, talented, and they look hungry. That game against the Suns looked personal. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, and support the channel in that way. That link is in the description below with the perks and all that. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. This has been the NBA Break Room. Peace.